Betty, where were you born?
Springfield, Missouri,
Wow.
January 7th, 1933, and then just last a year ago, this last January, a great granddaughter was born in Springfield, Missouri, but it wasn't that date. It was January, but not that date. But I was born in one of my grandparents' homes, and I don't know if it was my mother's folks or my father's folks. My sister was born in the other grandparents' home. My brother was born at our parents' home. But
And how many brothers and sisters do you have?
one of each. I did have my brothers passed away now.
So were you the oldest?
Middle,
Middle.
yeah.
So, and what were they doing in Missouri?
That's where their folks had moved, and so they moved there too. But I don't know how long they had lived there before we were born.
Was there a doctor? Did he come to the house?
Doctor did come to the house. I don't know what his name was. It might be on my birth certificate, but I didn't get a birth certificate. None of us three did until 1950s. And then for some reason we sent for them. The doctor was dead by then, so we needed three kind of documents proving where we were born. So luckily my grandmother could verify that, and the Bible references, and I don't know what the third one was. Probably my parents
Proof that you were.
proved that we were born.
And the
Yeah.
spelling and everything in your birth certificate, did you have to verify all of that also then? Or do you remember?
No, I don't remember, but I'm
And the reason why I ask is my dad said that before he went into the military, he had to change some of the things that were on his.
Really?
One was the spelling of the name, and of course it's Herman, and it's 2 R's and 2 N's. And on his birth certificate, they had only put, I think it's like 1 R and 2 N's. And to get into the military, you had to prove that it was done right.
Oh.
And they misspelled, I think, Richard wrong also on his birth certificate. But it was a big ordeal. They had to go to like Topeka to change that. So how did you get to Blue Rapids, Kansas from Missouri?
Well, my folks moved around quite a bit. Mother had allergies, and she was told to go to a higher climate. So they went to Colorado Springs, where I went to the first grade, then on to Denver for finding work, where I went to the next 4 grades through the 5th grade, then Arvada, Colorado, and then California, and then back to Colorado, where Mother had moved back to from California, and that's where I met my husband when he was in the service. Him being from Kansas, we ended up in Kansas. And I'm glad. I'd rather raise my children here than California or Colorado.
I wished I would have had that opportunity, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to bring up pictures of my brother's family.
Where were you born?
Richland, Missouri.
Oh, so 2 Missouri people. Now maybe I need to kind of get a feel for where
It was
you
in the
guys.
country.
Okay. Now where was the Missouri town that you were born?
Well, it's right down. Lebanon is not too far, but it's, I don't see it on here. But it's down just on the Gasconade River, just about.
Well, if Springfield,
Lemons.
and that's where you said you were born,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, and it's on Highway 44.
So were you guys like, and what year were you born?
32.
32. So you guys were hanging out at the same spot about the same time.
Yeah.
What was the name of the river?
Didn't know it.
And now you're good friends today.
And I was born at home.
The doctor come to help?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
spent the night.
Yeah, huh?
When I was first born, he pronounced me dead. So
Oh my
I
goodness.
fooled him.
I guess you did.
I squawked.
That's why I spent the night there, is because
Well,
Tim-
they just didn't have
Oh.
hospitals
yeah.
back then.
But he spent the night there at your
You
home?
knew you were coming then, or
Oh.
Yeah.
you were already?
Yeah, the folks had called. He'd come out. It was just not too far from the town of Richland.
Mm-hmm.
It was in the country. But I had a picture of the house, but I couldn't find it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going back down there for my class reunion.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Dublin School. It
That's an
was
interesting
between Swedberg and Richland.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a country school, all 8 grades, one room.
Well, then how did you get up here?
Well, John Vaught, I don't know if any of you remember him or not.
Name sounds
The
familiar.
last name is what?
Vaught?
Vaught, John Vaught.
Vaught.
That's it.
I just talked to his
Oh.
daughter, Betty. She married
Barrington.
Barrington.
Oh, okay.
She's up in, what state is,
They're in Minnesota.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say, but I wasn't. She called me twice yesterday.
Oh my.
But my dad and John, when they were kids, they ran around together down Richland. And hopped trains and
Oh my.
Uh-huh.
explored caves. And of course, you know, there's a lot of caves down there.
Uh-huh.
And so then we lived there, oh, it was about 3 or 4 years. My brother, who I just lost
Mm.
in California,
Uh-huh.
was there. He was born there. And my sister was born there. But I had a picture when we was down there once before visiting,
Mm-hmm.
but
You'll have to go
Couldn't
back and
find
get
it.
another one. Yeah.
I got so many pictures that we went to Alaska.
I bet you don't have it.
Huh?
Oh, your trip to Alaska?
Oh, yeah. I took Cliff.
Mm-hmm.
He was 9 months old. And I boarded the plane in Manhattan. Well, I tried to go the first day, but it was snowed.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to wait till the next day. So I thought my dad was going to have a heart attack. I'd never been on a plane before.
And you have a 9-month-old in tow with you that same time, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
Cliff.
So let me ask you real quick, because Cliff is part of this community. Where was he born? Was Cliff born here?
Yeah.
Was it like Marysville, in the hospital in Marysville?
Let's see. No, Cliff was born in New Mexico. Howard was
Oh.
stationed in New Mexico.
So we have some military travels going on. Okay.
We keep telling him he's a road runner. That was
That's it.
That's a bird.
Yeah, I was born in Reno, Nevada, and I was the military, and my dad was
Mhm.
stationed there, and he calls me his silver dollar because of being, the gambling and stuff. So I was born in Reno, Nevada. So.
Well, when Howard first went up to Alaska, he was stationed up there
Mhm.
for 9 months. And so I stayed with my folks down at Delia,
Canada?
Rossville, Delia.
Okay.
And that's where I met Ruth Ann G. My mom was teaching
Oh.
Sunday school down there,
Mhm.
so she taught the G's.
Is that
or not the G's, but they were Walters. Ruth Ann was a Walters.
Was she Marysville lady? The G's? No.
They are
They came,
home city.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
yeah,
Now the Vaughts, they were Blue Rapids people?
yeah,
Was the 9 of August
Lot.
on it?
They
yeah.
were, okay.
I just talked to Betty.
But your dad
She's-
and he were real good friends in Missouri?
Mm-hmm.
And then
When they were
ended- when they were
kids.
kids? Yeah. And then did the family move here?
Must have.
yeah,
Must have, okay.
49,
Okay.
1949.
And then you guys ended up knowing him, the Vaughts.
I knew Nina.
Nina?
Yeah,
Oh, how weird.
She was just a year ahead of me.
I just talked to her, Nina's sister, yesterday.
Would she have been an Estes also? Or is that
What?
another Nina a Nina?
Nina married a Kraft,
Yes,
and then he died. Charles Kraft.
and I guess Betty's,
His Kraft's father was a preacher.
he married us. Yours and I.
Then Bott was a well driller, and that's
Yeah.
why he came here.
Mm.
Another
he
well
had-
driller.
Okay.
He,
Strader's sister
yeah,
was a Bott.
yeah.
Oh, that's good. Oh, gosh.
And there was another one that we walked to school with sometime, that he was tall and long-legged, and we'd have to take about 3 or 4 steps to his one.
I wonder if his name was Bino. Remember we were talking about names and you said you figured out.
I don't know. Yeah,
How
we knew
Bino
why
got
it was
his-
being McLean now.
Now he got his nickname.
Mhm.
It's because he was tall and skinny and
Looked
like a string bean.
Looked like a string bean.
Well, John wasn't short, he was a tall guy. He drilled wells around here.
Okay, that's
The
right.
straight,
Blue
he,
Rapids in.
the
That's interesting.
Mrs. Strader was his sister.
Mhm.
The,
And then there was a younger one, and I can't remember his first name. Anyway, we walked to
Another
school with
No, I
him.
only knew Nina.
We walked about a mile
Yeah, that's too young.
when we was in grade school
mm-hmm.
to this Dublin school it was. And John's relatives that were down there, our senior year, she taught at the Dublin, not the senior year, my 8th grade.
8th grade, yeah.
And there was just 3 of us,
In the whole class or in your 8th grade class?
8th grade class. There, in the whole school, there was probably 9 or 10, but I can't remember for
Uh-huh.
sure.
Yeah, those country schools
But-
carried very few sometimes.
My sister, Jerry, you probably all remember her. She married Darrell Keefe over Geraldine.
Oh, was she the swimming pool queen?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. Okay.
Are you looking for a swimming pool queen?
She graduated here
Yeah.
with,
The Highway
My brother.
36 one?
The
she
new
married Darrell
swimming
Keefe
pool one.
over.
The new swimming pool
The
one.
new swimming pool one. No,
But
the old
those were-
swimming pool.
The
Yeah.
round
The
swimming
round
pool?
swimming
Okay.
pool. But she did, I'm sorry.
She worked up in Marysville to the plumbing place. I can't remember the name of it right now. But
Might have been
She-
the Route 6, Perfect 6.
she got-
36.
Alzheimer's, and she was out at the nursing home
Oh,
when she
okay.
passed away.
You're talking round swimming
She
pools,
was
you
the
mean
youngest
here?
of the 3.
Mhm.
I didn't know we ever had beauty queens down there.
Well, and I'm thinking I'm in the wrong, I
Before
think it
your
was,
time.
I think it was
No,
Miss
there was
Perfect
a con-
36.
I'm gonna say, we didn't have any of that down here, I don't think.
Okay.
There was a contest, and I think Tom covered it and found it in the articles about the round
I was
swimming pool.
going
You missed out on all the fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You could have been in
Well,
it.
that
Oh.
round one, this was at the beginning. So
Maybe the
you would
30s.
have been you would have been a twinkle.
there. I wouldn't even have a twinkle problem.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, I got you sidetracked, I'm sorry.
So where were you born?
I was born on a farm in Washington County, Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
It has a Hanover address, but I don't know why, because it's closer to Barnes than it is to Hanover. But just, we lived in the middle of the section, and it's about a mile and a half west of the Marshall County, Washington line.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the Afton community, if you've heard of that.
A little bit, from just when Tom does his writings and stuff.
Yeah, well, all is theirs right now, the church and cemetery. But,
Parsonage.
well, the parsonage, yeah, buildings there. The ministers used to live in the parsonage there, but they haven't for several years now. And my grandparents ran a store there at one time. There was a store there at one time,
Mm-hmm.
and they ran that. And the doctor was there, not when I was born, but got there afterwards, because it was February the 9th of 1940. It was snowy, icy.
You picked a good day to arrive.
And I don't know how the doctor found out about it, because we didn't have a telephone. We didn't have electricity
They went after
there.
it. Somebody went after it.
Must have, yeah.
Oh.
And probably why she didn't get there. It was Dr. Ann from Marysville.
Oh,
Now, Dr. Ann,
Mm.
was the last name Ann?
No, first name was Ann, Dr. Ann.
Oh, a female doctor.
Uyghurs.
Uyghurs, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think she was,
Essentially a chiropractor, wasn't she?
yeah, yeah. She was,
Best
she,
doctor in
take what you
town.
can get.
yeah,
Best doctor in the county.
possibly the only one, maybe, I don't, at that time, but, yeah, yeah. And, they said we didn't have electricity. We didn't have any electricity, until 1947, when they moved into Waterville. It was out there in the middle section, and they were just starting to put, REA was just starting to put in, electrical poles and all that type of stuff that then.
Mm-hmm.
And,
That's what I heard said.
went 1 year to grade school, country school, called Glendale, and I cannot find out any information about it whatsoever.
Washington County School, Washington
Historical
Museum
Society.
has nothing?
They had one little book of the students that were there in, I can't remember even what year it was now, and some of my aunts and uncles were students at that particular time, but that's all they have, just that one little book.
Now, was there a railroad anywhere near?
No. Mm-mm.
And the reason why I ask is because there's a new, a collection that's over at the Waterville Library that has, a lady, she did her thesis on the Central Branch Railroad. And she has all of there's Washington and there's any towns along, Blue Rapids is in there. And it's got the censuses that you can go through and see who all was there around the 1870s or whatever to get history. So maybe she could have some ideas for
Might,
you to
yeah.
find it.
I'll check on that.
She lives in Manhattan. She's a very good, I think she's a professor or something down there.
You know what, remember her name?
I'll have to get that
No,
for
no.
you. But we just met her on Monday, so.
Mm.
But the collection is gonna be a very interesting addition over there to the library to add for people back in there. So were you the only child?
No, I had two sisters, one brother. My older sister, she was adopted. But older brother, I think was born out there too, as far as I know. And I'm not sure about my younger sister, I'm not sure. But